Our detail prices range from $200 to $400 to $800 to $1,400 and up. So in today's video, I'm going to share 3 things that allow us to charge what we charge. Number 1 is we attract the right kind of customers, meaning not every person in the world is meant to be a customer in your business, right? One customer fits for this kind of business, the other customer fits for that kind of business. So for us, we attract the customers that want to properly take care of their vehicle, that are willing and wanting to pay for a reputable professional detailer that's gonna get the job done right the first time, right? So when I see comments of like, hey, I could do that for $250, same results, same process, and in a shorter time frame, I'm like, hey bro, that's great. Keep on getting customers at that pay rate, right? But for us, that's just not the business that we run, right? So for us, it's like, our main primary marketing channel is SEO, search engine optimization. That's the main thing that we've used for the last like 7 years now to get leads. So for us, it's the copy that we write on our website, meaning the actual content, it's the photos, it's the reviews. So when a customer sees all our information, they read the reviews, they look at the photos, they read the content on the page. Once they actually reach out to us, whether it's through email, by filling out a form on the website, or giving us a call, they have a good understanding that we're not cheap, we know what we're doing, and more than not, like, they're probably gonna be on the higher end of the scale. Now, if there's someone that wants a more simple detail, someone that doesn't necessarily care about all the proper steps to make sure the service is getting done properly, they're not gonna go with us. So even though we do book out our schedule with $200, $400, $800, $1,200, $1,400 services, we still get told all the time, that's too expensive. You're too expensive. Why is it so expensive? So don't think that we don't get customers or we don't get people that tell us we're not, right for them, because we're not. Which is why I say, like, everyone has their kind of customer. So if there is a $10 car wash down the road that, it takes maybe 15 minutes from start to finish to be done with an exterior wash, and that's what that customer wants, that customer is perfect for that kind of business. But that customer that wants a $15 car wash is not a perfect fit for our business because it's completely different. So a big part of how you're able to, what you're able to charge, or what you're able to have in your services, or how long, like, all that is predicated on the kind of customer that comes into your business, right? I've said it again. I said it in a few videos ago, where Angel, the one that works here, he charged $650 for his first time on a detail, and the customer said, "Hey, yeah, let's do it." But he's also charged $85 for a detail, and the customer was saying that's too expensive. So you have one customer getting charged $85 and they're saying that's too expensive. And then he charged another customer $650 for, I think, some correction. And the customer was like, yeah, let's do it. So that is a big difference in how you're able to run your business, what you're able to charge, and the overall experience that you have with the customer based on the kind of customer that you're attracting into your business. Number 2 is gonna piggyback a little bit off of the previous point, but we focus on creating a great customer experience. Meaning when a customer calls us, or when we return a call, when a customer or when someone fills out a form and then we reply to that email, we try to make it so it's the easiest thing that they do for booking us and for us servicing their vehicle for that day. So the way that we think about it is we have to be the easiest to do tasks for their day. So if we want to be the easiest, simplest, hassle-free experience, what all things do we have to have in place so that can be achieved, right? So when a customer calls us and they want to, well, first of all, it's how you pick up the phone, right? Are you greeting them with like an exciting, enthusiastic attitude? Are you asking about their day? Do you show a genuine interest in what they're saying and what they want, right? Because although for us, this might be the 100th call that we've gotten, not in one day, but accumulatively, it's that person's first call to us. So every time that phone rings, you reset yourself to say, okay, hey, This is my first time, even though I've had 12 calls today, this is my first time talking to this individual today, and I need to make sure I'm happy, I'm motivated, I'm interested in what they're saying. So from the very first step that happens, all the way up to when we accept payment and the customer leaves our shop or we drive off their driveway, is everything set in place to wow the customer, so that they're never wondering, hey, what's the next step? Hey, so what's supposed to happen next? Hey, so where are they? They said 9 a.m. It's 9:12, right? What are you doing to make sure the customer has the best experience with your business? So that means, hey, even if you're gonna be late to the job site, you can still notify the customer and say, hey, customer, I knew we said 9 a.m. I'm stuck in traffic, so it's gonna be 9:07, right? Like, you don't wait until the customer contacts you to say, hey, so where are you guys? You can always be proactive, even when things aren't going your way, to make sure the customer is in the know-how. So for us, another thing is like, a customer should never wonder what's the next step, right? A customer should never wonder what's supposed to happen next. So they should know what the price is gonna be, or at least a price range, right? And if we give them a price range, they're gonna know that once we get on the job sites, we're gonna confirm a final price. They're gonna know when they have to pay it. They're gonna know how long it takes. They're gonna know, we're gonna set the right expectations so they know the kind of results that they're gonna get. So don't just be a detailer and be like, okay, yeah, so all I'm focusing on every day is I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm practicing in my garage, I'm learning about products, I'm learning about tools. Like, that will only get you so far if you're just focused on being a detailer. And number 3, it's we understand and have clarity on the kind of business that we run and the services that we offer. So going back to the first point of, hey, if a customer comes saying, hey, I need something today, it needs to be quick, and you know it's gonna be under $50, right? Off the get-go, immediately we know, hey, look, we're not gonna be a good fit. Most of our details take however many hours, and our starting service, whatever, is gonna be $85. Like, we know that's not the right customer for our business, so we're not gonna try to persuade them or, you know, soften up the deal to win their business, because they're not the customer for us. If a dealership calls us and they say, hey, I'd like to send over 1 vehicle a week to your business to clean up, it's going to be a flat rate of $200 every single time. And the more vehicles that you can take, the more, if you want to make more money, we'll just send you more vehicles. We don't take on dealerships. We don't do group washes or group details. So if a dealership calls us asking for that kind of service or that kind of request, we're going to tell them no, because we tell them no all the time. We don't do group washes. We don't do discount washes. We don't do like events to go and like do the inside and outside of the vehicle. Like, we don't do that. So over time, you'll get a better understanding of what kind of business you run, right? To someone else, so another detailer, they might only do high-end vehicles, paint correction coatings, and PPF vinyl wrapping, right? To someone else, it's primarily interior cleaning. To someone else, it's strictly washing. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's understanding what you're offering and what you're doing. Because now let's say you're primarily washing and interior cleaning, right? And then you have someone that says, hey, like, can you do a correction and coating on my vehicle? If that's not what you do, if that's not what you focus on, you tell that individual no, so you can go and focus your efforts on the things that you are good at, right? It's like saying a $10 car wash right down the road. It wouldn't make sense for them to say, hey, we're not gonna offer vinyl wrapping, because that takes way too long. It's way more labor intensive because how tedious it is. So they're gonna stick to doing what they know best. So for us, and again, this is gonna be for your own business. So in our own parameters, right? It's like, we know who we're looking for and we know who is not gonna be a good fit. Once those red flags are coming up of like, oh no, like the way they're talking, the way they're kind of, you know, what they're looking for is just not what we do, you know? So if someone comes to us and say, hey, like, I'm looking for perfection on my 97 Honda, you know, whatever. And we're saying, well, look, there's gonna be some limitations because like it's original paint or it's original whatever. And there's already some scuff marks that just like, you have to get that repainted. And they're like, no, like you could probably buff it out a little bit more. It's like, okay, like we're gonna do our part in explaining and trying to educate the customer or the individual. But if we can tell like, yeah, no, this is not gonna be a good fit for us. Like the way they're talking, what they think is correct in terms of what we can do to the car is far different than what we're saying. It's like, we're not a good fit. we would rather not, we're not gonna take the money because we know the kind of headaches and problems we'll have throughout the process. So understanding the kind of business you run or that you wanna run helps out a lot. And that's gonna wrap up the video right there. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you can apply this to your business so you get more customers and make more money. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you on the next one.